don't know. I've never lived any other way. I get up in the morning. I do the tarot. Do you do the tarot? Oh, I do the tarot. Every morning, do the tarot. Pull 3 cards. Go for a run. I don't know. What bothers me is the isolation. I think artists often will paint themselves into a corner. So this is where I work, on the steel. I built a big crane, I built a crane. I've got 3 chain falls. And some stuff, I have a pad here, 3-inch steel pad. And some stuff is too heavy to move for me, so I have a friend who's got machinery and he comes in and moves things around for me. Yeah. This one I like a whole bunch. Yeah, it's just on bearings. It's nothing special. It's a bit poetic. It's nothing special. I kind of like it though. This one here, yeah, I'm making another tricycle. The wind will come along and make them noisy. Some of them are just like beautiful in terms of sound. I mean, steel is so beautiful. I'm working on something right now, and it's a series I started 25 years ago. I started to paint because sculpture is so pointless. Nobody wants it, it's too expensive. So I started to paint. I wasn't a painter. And it was the local monument series. It was like the Virgin, the Virgin. She's the only one in the Christianity who doesn't seem to have blood on her hands other than menstrual blood. So I started to paint her, and the paintings went through a lot of transitions. So I pulled this one out because I realized that I could actually finish it all these years later. Sometimes you ask a question 30 years ago that you're not old enough to answer until 30 years later. So I got a whole bunch of stainless, and eventually I figured out how to use it. And so it's 2 figures, and it's Gaia and Uranus. And they had kids. And Uranus, he was not a great dad because he killed his kids because he was afraid they would take over the throne. I think Gaia got tired of having her kids killed, so she took one of her kids aside, Kronos, and Kronos cut off his father's genitals and flung them aside, and that became us, the human species. Few women over there, to your right, somebody having a fit, back, middle, animus-driven woman. To the left, it's a young woman, just a young woman. But you can overlay a Greek myth on top of your own life, and all of a sudden your own life ceases to be a pile of cat shit over in the corner, but it now has some credibility. It becomes larger and more transcendent, and I think that it can give our lives some brightness, some depth, some validity. And so we're not struggling with a sense of worthlessness. Hey, Sandy. Hey, right. There's a tricycle over here, another tricycle which is large. It has bearings. You could ride it. Stopping is a problem. It's nice to play. It's got I bought this boat, I saw it in the steel yard. And it's so beautiful. Just been torn up, ready to go into a boxcar. They were going to tear it all into pieces. It was so beautiful. So I brought it home, made a wagon. Then I chained it to the wagon, with several hundred feet of chain. And I welded all the links. I welded all the links together so it's held on the wagon by tension and compression. So it's not going to move. The wheels all work. I mean, like I could pull this down the street. So beautiful, the sounds. I was a fisherman in the 70s, and I watched the trawlers take it all. I watched the inshore fishermen struggle and die. I was there, and this is like how the fishery got destroyed, maybe. You want to hear my universal theory of piles? It occurred to me, maybe 30 years ago, that life is all about piles. A pile of sperm hits an egg, and then we're off and running. You've got a pile of poo in a diaper. You've got a pile of diapers. You've got a pile of everything all throughout your life. So our life is involved with accumulating piles, polishing them, cleaning them, vacuuming them, trading them, buying them, selling them, burning them. Our life is all about piles. I don't know where that came from. I think about it insofar as that when I'm gone, it's probably going to go back to the salvage yard. All this stuff, where's it going to go? Who wants it? Nobody wants it. It'll probably go back to the steel yard. I mean, it's absurd. It's impossible. I don't know. I mean, you can't think about it. You just got to do it. You just do it. My work is my family. I don't mind not selling my work. In fact, I really like not selling my work. There's two things about that. A, I get to keep my family around. B, I get to go back over 40 years of work and see overall patterns. If you enter into the arts industry, you got to put a whole lot of energy into dealing with galleries. And oh my, I don't have the energy. I'm not cut out for that. This is the downstairs studio. Nancy had the upstairs. I have the downstairs. It's got a lot of stuff in it now. It's where I can do my larger work, my larger paintings. I've got a little over 12-foot ceilings. That's painted. It's hard to know. Sometimes I forget to paint it. There's I have to give credit to a friend of mine, an artist. His name is John Hall. He's a fabulous artist. We went to school together. And a long time ago, he was painting masking tape. And the thing about artists is they borrow. It's like, that's what you do. You borrow. And about 15 years ago, masking tape. I love masking tape. So I've borrowed in a way from John Hall. It's like I can put graffiti on my own work. I can bring it out a layer, but I'm also putting graffiti. And it's like always work in progress. It's a way of creating dimensions. Shall I move something? In a way, it's after Nancy died, I remarried straight off. Apparently, I joined the statistics where a happily married man, when he loses a spouse, he goes and remarries right away, which I did. And that was, experts agree, a disaster. But I learned a lot. So this is kind of about that time. I had a dream about 6 years ago. And it was this. And the dream was exactly that, a big arrow going deep into the sea, and it had the faceted tip to it, and it came out of the clouds, and there was lightning and all that. And of course, anybody who does the tarot, it's the Ace of Swords. And it was really a moment when I began to go deep. But it was a dream, straight out of a dream, except I put in a drawing that somebody else had did. I painted in a drawing. There's another one here I'll show you. After Nancy died. The great mother, she both giveth and taketh away. It's Callie. I just looked at it today. I was just cleaning up. I just looked at it today. You know, I've never torn a painting yet. The only painting that ever got torn was with one of my goats, who put a hole in one. There's one up there, yeah. Dueling dickheads, they're just so pivotal in our culture. And most women are pretty aware of them, you know. They're not good with dialogue, they're not good with empathy. They smell each other's butts and they circle around waiting for a fight. I mean, you get bored with them after a while. Who are they? Well, they're men who have repressed the feminine side, I think. I mean, who are they? They're the people on Wall Street, big time. They're people in government. Our government, Canada, has ceased to be a democracy. There are people there. They're dueling dickheads, big time. There are people who cannot put themselves in the shoes of the other, who do not have a first clue about the golden rule. Well, that's who they are. And they can be women, too. It's not only men. Dueling dickheadettes. Huh. This one here I just did, actually. I had this chain and this really expensive ball. I think it's probably a sperm. A lot of this steel just, it's so organic the way it got twisted around by the claws. It's so organic that it just had to be figures. Gabriel over here, his heart is pierced. He's still in chains. He's got stainless steel wings. I don't know. You know, I do think, though, that all these angels are lined up to become human, like we're the best ride in the universe. The deal is, if you become human, you have to forget everything you knew out there in infinity. You've got to forget it. And then you become a human for 80 years, trying to regain what you once knew. I don't know. I like it when the birds land on this and then take off. In 1999, I think it was, Swiss Air went down and I heard it go down. The flight pattern was different. And everybody knows the flight patterns here. And it was going this way. It was the wrong way. So I went outside and I listened. And sure enough, I heard it go down over there. And that was so spooky to hear this plane crash. I knew right away. That was so spooky to think that I just heard a couple of hundred people die. That's beyond spooky. Next day I got some rocks from the beach, which beach still smelled of jet fuel. And I put it in this piece right here. So in a way it was my remembering piece for those people. Yeah. So I've kicked around between Newfoundland and PEI, but Nova Scotia mostly. And prior to this I had my place in Kedgie, where my son and I lived until he was 18. But Nancy dug me out of the woods. She found me and dug me out of the woods, and for her, she got me into NASCAD. I owe her a whole lot. I owe her a whole lot. Some of my work is difficult, but her work is so poetic, it's so nuanced, and it's premised on dreams and old stories. Her work is really beautiful. There's one drawing in the house that I've put up on the wall. She was going to throw out, and it is a drawing that is just so special, so special. Well, if you're going to do difficult subjects, if you're going to do things that make people feel uncomfortable, and I don't set out to do that, but it seems like that's what I end up doing. But I'm aware that if you're going to do things that are a little bit dark, a little bit heavy, a little bit uncomfortable, you really got to do it well, or people are like going to bolt, they're going to go shopping. So for me, it's been useful to employ trompe l'oeil. You know, you just do something that's like photographic in the midst of chaos. And it will be a push-pull situation where people will want to, oh, I can't deal with it. Oh, what's going on here? I can't deal with it. Oh, what is this? So it's a way to hold people. It's a way to begin the conversation. Keep yourself from dissolving in the chaos, I think. You know, you're lucky, at least I'm lucky, to get out of the studio alive at times. Really. I mean, if you do what you need to do, you're going into some difficult areas. It's not going to be so easy. It requires courage and bravery to just stand still and become who you are. It requires a lot of bravery. I tell this to my students over and over. It's not everybody who can do that.